Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another 3v3 fastest map on StarCraft, Brood Wars Remastered. We're going to go ahead and check out replay number 42 today, and we may also check out replay 99, just depends on time and how the games are. But let's go ahead and start with replay number 42. 13-minute game, not a red corn in sight. We see 4 Protoss, 1 Terran, 1 Zerg. Let's see what we've got, folks. Alright, team number 1, starting up here in the top left corner, we've got CSR 190719, the Blue Zerg. Then over here, SAD and a bunch of letters after it, that is the Yellow Protoss. It's kind of funny because people with those names usually are actually pretty good players, so they'll be my player to watch in this game. Okay, and then the last player on this team is Yaga Mid-Dark, the Orange Protoss. So we got Protoss, Zerg for the first team. Let's check out team number 2 in the top middle. We've got Juna SW, the Purple Protoss. Then over here, this name had always caught my attention when I was looking through my replay list, is Sparkle 00000, the Teal Protoss, and then over here is the lone Terran of the game, KO 1313, the White Terran. He's in the middle right, so he's sort of off over on his own. Oops, sorry. He's sort of off over on his own here, and then if you look at the mini-map, we've also got Orange down here below him, and these guys are sort of separated from everyone else that's sort of over on this side. So it should be interesting to see. I think Orange and White will be the players that no one really touches early on in the game. I think the battle will sort of ensue around here. Oh, and as we talked about, here is a SEV rush on the Protoss. I've seen this before. So here's White, and he's executing it beautifully. He waited a little long to do it. So it's not quite as successful as maybe you would hope, but it looks like it's probably going to be enough to end the game. Oh, okay, there's 3 probes on 1 SEV. Can he do it? Oh, he got another one out. Alright, so he survives the early SEV rush. Here comes 3 more. This guy is putting everything into this. He's got a gateway up. And here they come. I remember when I saw this in the first game that I ever saw, and it like blew my mind. I couldn't believe that it was happening. But yeah, SCVs are kind of bulky and fight pretty well. And here's Purple just trying to do something. He's got, what, 5 versus 3? In the meantime, Teal building a little bit of defense for White. White kills another one. He's leaving, but he has nowhere to go. Alright, here comes a Zealot. He did get a Zealot out. Alright, so now this is a little bit more dangerous, but he's still got to protect these. What an absolutely wild game to start. Alright, they're back on the mineral line, but you've got to be careful. You can't just let them die. Alright, the Zealot's doing work. It's right where it needs to be. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely bonkers. I can't believe this guy's continuing to do this. He only has 1 SCV at home. He's microing his heart out. And he's finally stopped. Alright, now, what are you doing, man? He gets up and starts moving, and then leaves the game. Oh my goodness gracious! So his failed SCV rush was all he could take. I mean, he even had someone thinking about building defense for him. He had an SCV at home. He might as well have tried. Wow, that is one of the most wild things I've ever seen. So the first time that I saw it, the guy who did it absolutely executed it flawlessly, made the other person quit immediately. Here, this guy holds on and the other guy quits. Wow, wow. I am flabbergasted. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I didn't even get a chance to do any of the things that I usually do. Let's go ahead and check out the APM as we check out Purple's that are rebuilding. So while that was all going on, APM, we see no one above 100. So I think Yaga Mid-Dark is probably the guy that has the highest APM right now. He's about to get some Looks like some drops maybe set up. Yeah, he's looking for Reaver drops. But yeah, so he's up over 100, but everyone else is pretty low. Looks like Yellow's about to pop up over 100. He's got a nice little army from these gateways. He's also got the Cybernetics Corps coming. Alright, Teal's got 4 gateways. Looks pretty safe over here. Also getting tech up. Blue over here. Not too many hatcheries. And no Hydralistan yet, so he seems a little behind. And then, of course, purple. Yeah, so upgrades are going to start coming in. You see orange is immediately getting speed for his shuttles. So it looks like he's going to be dropping. So we'll go ahead and speed this up while things are sort of stuck here. Doesn't really have too many units on the field. He just has this front defense. This guy also doesn't have too many units on the field. I think Yellow just has like the right amount of units and the right amount of building going on. I really like the way his base is looking right now. We'll review without those anyway. Wow, I'm still sort of in awe of what just happened earlier. So purple trying to set up a little bit of a front defense here. Yellow moves to the middle. And he decides to move in on Teal. Now Teal doesn't have too much, like we said. He has enough, but not a lot. And here come these drops. We've got Reavers in both of these. So poor purple, after surviving early on, it looks like he's going to get dropped on by orange. Oh my. Poor orange. Or poor purple. That should be the game for him. I cannot imagine that he would continue to play, especially after the Nexus dies. I mean, that is just devastating. Got 5 probes on the field. Here come the Zealots. And he just loads the Reavers back up, doesn't lose a single one. And he actually does not have enough money to rebuild with a new Nexus, so he is done. So purple is done. He's got a few units if he wants to still play with them in his base. Orange just reloads, and now he's trying to go for Teal. Teal's also trying to fight off a fight that's going on in the front of his base. Yellow's got a few more units here with those Dragoons. Let's see how the Dragoons can hang in. Alright, they do it. Yeah, I think this guy's got more gateways though. Alright, so I think they're able to stop orange. I think that's what happened. I didn't quite see what happened with those things, but look, he still has 37 workers, so he's in good shape. Alright, so he fends off that drop from orange, but now he's got yellow in his face. We're looking at yellow's about to get his upgrades for attack done. Blue's getting his upgrades going. Teal's getting his upgrades going. Here comes Teal with just a Reaver to help. That's going to be big. Yeah, the minute he moves in on these... Oh, yeah, he sees it, too. And he's like, Yellow pretty smart. Not sending a lot of units, but he's sending enough to just keep the harassment going. And Purple, who decides not to leave, decides to send his units in to help Teal. So Purple, good for him to decide to stay. Now, looks like he gets away with this shuttle and he decides to just go back in on Purple and kill him. I like that Purple's hanging in there and trying to do something, even though it's like, he's done. That sucks. Alright, so Purple's still got a few zealots. He's gonna this is a band of brothers right here, these guys. Purple-hearted warriors. And they're running away from those zealots. In the meantime, Orange still slowly killing Purple. He's Doesn't seem to be building any more drops. Looks like he's just going straight into air. Alright, purple. Looks like he's going to send his units back to see if he can keep his base alive. And he does. Let's see if they can make the difference here. Alright, they're kind of wounded, so... Oh, and he almost gets one, and the guy scoops him up. And flies away. Now, if he flies... Oh, that's so lame. Alright, he flies back. Oh, man, nice hit. So he's sort of doing a drop and pick up kind of strategy, which is just kind of lame. I mean, if you're practicing it because you're doing it in another game, sure, but that was kind of lame. Just do that against a guy that's, like, completely helpless. So that's it for purple. I mean, he's still kind of hanging in there. Poor guy. Alright. So, Teal's got a nice defense here, including a Reaver. Yellow over here. He needs to figure out what he wants to do. If he wants to get more gateways, go for it. If not, just chill. He's got a lot of money, too. Alright, here come the carriers from orange. That could be a game clincher right there. Not that they aren't already in a very, very good spot. And in the meantime... Oh, I was wondering what blue was doing. And here comes blue. He was up there making guardians. Who'd have thunk it? And he's coming in with about 500,000 of them. Oh my. Poor Teal, that's probably it for him. If he can get a few good storms on them, maybe he could turn the tide of that fight, but he's not even reacting up here with the Dragoons. There's a couple storms, like I said. He gets a few of them. He weakens them a bit. I'm like, why aren't you sending all these Dragoons here? And here comes Orange to add insult to injury with his Reavers. Oh, this guy. He did a lot of damage with just so few dropped units, and then now he's still making carriers down here. Really good job by that guy. He's the MVP of the game, in my opinion. Even though blue is kind of tearing it open here with the... And here comes yellow with some Dark Templar. Looks like Teal's like not even at the computer right now. And that is all she wrote, folks. Teal getting taken out. White gets taken out early on. I mean, what a crazy game. With the beginning rush. I mean, that ended up really destroying purple and paving the way. I mean, if that guy had just stayed in the game, he would have won. Oh, wait, never mind. He was on the other team. Wait, did white go after purple even though they were on the same team? Am I like... Was I mistaken on who was on whose team? Now I'm even more confused than I was before. Alright, well, interesting replay nonetheless. So I think we are going to go ahead and jump into another one. Let's go ahead and jump into replay number 49. Alright, we're going to jump into this one. I'll be back in just a second, and then we're going to jump into this one. Sorry, I had to get some water in my system. Alright, so let's look at this one. It's another like sort of shorter game, 14-minute game. We've got all Protoss but one Zerg, the La Lolo. Oh, and this is a game with John Redcorn in it, so strap yourselves in for some stellar gameplay. Let's go ahead and check out the teams. Alright, team number 1 in the top left corner is La Lolo, the Teal Zerg. Across the way, the purple Protoss in the top right, it's John Redcorn 1129. And then the last member of our team is in the middle right. His name, is Sub-Zero. All right, let's check out team number 2. In the bottom right corner, we've got Protoss, the blue Protoss. I think I've seen this guy play before, and I think he is pretty good. We will see. All right, and then in the bottom left corner, we've got Xel'Naga, the brown brown Protoss, excuse me. And then we've got Pink Pig over here, the red Protoss. So which one is the Zerg? Oh yeah, it's the first guy, Lalalola. Alright, so this is the only guy that's not a Protoss. Everyone else is Protoss. So we might see either a cannon rush or possibly maybe a bunch of zealots early on. I mean, that'll definitely be what we see. But which way will we go? Alright, here's blue. He's thinking about it. I'm going... Oh, this guy's going early Nexus to start. You gotta love to see that. Alright. I've got a couple of pylons. 3 gateways to start. That's my pretty standard opening. I'm going 3 gate. This guy getting early front defense out in front. I don't see any cannon rushes. I'm looking on the minimap to see if there's anything going on. Looks like blue's thinking about it. I chase him off. A couple guys invested in that, which is always smart. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the APM check as we check out Pink Pig and what's going on. No one above 100, so this is one of those slower opening games. Pink Pig actually the highest, about 80 APM. Lalalola up at about 90. Alright, so this could be dangerous for the Zerg. This is where the Zerg really need to get sunken colonies in this situation, just because people are really going to bring the heat with these zealots. And if you're not ready for them, they will take you out. And this is, again, we're not really seeing an L-shaped formation for this guy, so they'll be able to walk right in on that. He is building this kind of in front of it, so we'll see how he builds in terms of how he protects his base. Alright, we see red getting a few units. Brown is over here. Getting an early Stargate. I wonder if that's his plan for the whole game, but it's very early to be getting just one. Alright, here I am attacking a bunch of his cannons, because that's what you want to do with your units. Attack a bunch of cannons. Again, I told you, I promised you high-level gameplay, and here it is. Alright, so this guy's also getting a bunch of gateways. He's macroing up a little bit better. His name is Protoss, so you would hope he would. And here's Orange over here getting a ton of units, a ton of gateways, stacking them all on top of each other. I don't really like to do that because I feel like how are units going to get in out of here? I'm saying it's going to get Brown. They have nothing behind it, which is kind of true. He's about to have something behind it. We'll see if he does. So in the meantime, this guy is just macroing up a storm, and my other opponent, or partner, is working on getting... Ooh, lurkers are looking like they're going to come up. I'm saying, what's our plan? What are we thinking? And, you know, now that I'm saying this dead and thinking, oh, we got to come up with something to do, but they're doing exactly what they should be doing, macroing up things strong. I'm now doing the same thing. Getting some cannons, trying to be smart, get my speed on my zealots. So we'll see what happens. Red's moving to the middle. Brown has a few units. Blue moving to the middle. So red and blue moving together. Alright, so this is a big force. Now this is where upgrades are going to be huge when you're all the same person. So here's blue. I think red just got their upgrades finished. No, they didn't. But upgrades are coming in for everyone, so when they finish, it's going to be big. So it looks like blue's winning that battle. Alright, so here we go. Orange moving out. Just got so many gateways. He's going to be able to re-up so fast. I come crashing in as well. Here I come to join this party. We're going right for blue. Alright, so this is looking pretty good for us. Look at this line of units coming in to fight this. Here's more zealots. There's just so many zealots. And again, the resource, the upgrades really might make the difference. Here are upgrades from someone here. Can't tell sort of who some of these units are at this point. Orange has 1-1s across the board. I really think that makes a huge difference in these fights. Here I am with Purple's got some good stuff there. Getting armor. Alright, so he's getting ready with a Mutalistic attack. There's actually a lot of protection here, so he's going to probably have to go Guardian. I wonder if that's what he's thinking about doing. He's getting a Greater Spire? He's getting another Spire. Alright, in the meantime, Orange just overwhelming him with the units with the help of Purple. Yours truly. Here comes more. We both did a pretty good job macroing up. I mean, he obviously did better. Look at all of those gateways. That is crazy. That is a lot of gateways. I can hardly even fit into the frame. I have to zoom out like as far as I can and remove all the windows to get all of them. Alright, so we're moving in on Brown. Now, Brown decided to go early carriers. Now, he does have a fairly good amount of Stargates, and he has a couple out already, so this is looking a little scary, but is he going to have enough to just, like, somehow deal with all of us? Meantime, here come these Zealots. They're just getting blown out of the water here. Here comes a Dark Templar from blue. He's able to get that out, I think, before he died. It's probably been working ever since. That's hilarious. Alright, so we're moving in on this guy. He's got 3 carriers. He's got a few more that are about to be here. This is the time, I think, to push and try to overwhelm this guy, and we are doing a great job of it. In the meantime, where did all those Mutalisks go? You just send them in and they died? Oh, he sent them in to kill that and they all died. Alright, so Teal having his own sort of battle over here while we're watching this happen. So that's sort of what you got to be careful of if you're going to build early carriers, is you might just get overwhelmed by a big army of Zealots. And again, more streaming in. There's also some Dragoons mixed in here that are going to be able to, like, put a little bit of damage on other units. Or on the interceptors, maybe on the carriers. Alright, so there are a lot of carriers, but all of this production's getting taken out, all the cannons taken out, the Nexus is taken out. This guy's still trying to make it happen. Here come all the Dragoons, though. All the Dragoons are about to come out at him. Red trying to rebuild what he's got going on. This guy's just not even getting the Greater Spire. He's just going to go Zergling, Mutalisk. Getting more hatcheries. It's got pretty good economy going. Love to see him help us here. Alright, so here comes Dragoon City. So this is not what this guy wants to see right after he fended off all those Zealots. Now he's going to have units go... And again, this Dark Templar has 12 kills! We have not found it. Blue, who's barely even alive here, he does have a Nexus down here. That Dark Templar is doing work. Is it still alive? I don't even see it in the mess of things here. No, I think it finally died because Orange brought an Observer. Wow, what a life that thing had. Alright, and here come all of the... Oh no, it's still there! It's still there with 15 kills! We're gonna have to keep our eyes on that. So in the meantime, here comes some Zerglings to just sort of help be like cannon fodder. In the meantime, all of these Dragoons, look at all of these units streaming in. Red trying to help. I don't know what Teal's waiting for to attack. Alright, so he's got his units sort of stuck in the bottom side. And Red taps out and Blue taps out. And now Brown is just going to have to sort of sit there with his carriers and think about his decisions. And there goes Brown. I say that, what a teammate, but I didn't realize what was going on with Red. But he didn't really get attacked again, it didn't seem like. But anywho, It's a pretty good, solid win there. Those Dragoons came in at the end, and I knew it was all over. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. I'm glad to be able to get that little twofer in there for you. But enjoy your week, and I will catch you on the next replay.